Now in this video we will discuss about the problem solving technique while calculating magnetic field. My first topic in this video covered is magnetic field due to a portion of a current carrying conductor or current carrying circular coil. See here, for a circular coil, the magnetic field at point O, see the current I is entering from one direction and it is going in the outward direction. Now we know that we have learned in the previous video that the magnetic field at point O is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I by R. Now if the circle is not complete, that means we are going to calculate a portion of a current carrying circular coil. Then what will happen? See here, this is not a complete circle. This is make an angle of theta at the center. Now magnetic field at the point O will be mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I by R for 360 degree, that means for 2 pi, and for theta angle it will be theta by 2 pi. So this is the formula by which you can calculate the magnetic field at point O. What will happen if it is a semicircular arc? If it's a semicircular arc, then what will happen? Theta is equal to 180 degree. If we place 180 degree means how many radian? 180 degree means pi radian. So pi will get cancelled, and what will happen? You will get mu naught by 4 pi I by A for the half portion of the coil, and the direction is perpendicular to the plane and in the inward direction, perpendicular to the plane of the board and in the inward direction. We will very frequently use this formula. Now what will happen if the bending is somewhat different? See, the bending is somewhat different from the previous one. Let LM, it's a straight line, and along the line falls the center of the arc O. Again through LM the current enters and it follows the path I, current follows the path and goes to Q, and then again goes out from the circular loop QN, and it also falls along the line O. So NOQ or NQO are collinear, again LMO are collinear. Now while calculate the magnetic field at the center O, you have to calculate the magnetic field produced due to LM, due to the arc MQ, and again due to the straight line QN. See here, LM and QN and O are collinear. LM lies along the same straight line on which O belongs. So magnetic field at A produced by LM and QN as well will be equal to 0. Now if theta here in this diagram, theta is equal to 270 degree, because this outward angle is 90 degree, so the angle made by the arc at the center of the circle is 270 degree, 360 minus 90. Now 270 degree means 3 pi by 2 radian. Now use this formula, mu naught by 4 pi 2 pi I by R plus 3 pi by 2 instead of theta, and you will get this result. If you cancel, and then if you are asked if the radius is 3 centimeter, that means 0.03 meter, and the current is 15 ampere, current is 10 ampere, then the magnetic field at O will be calculated in this manner. Now again I am changing the shape. Here. Now current I is passed to the semicircular conductor. Here it is LMO, LMNQ. Now if it is LMNQ, see, this is a semicircle. Now LM and NQ lies along the same straight line as O belongs. So the magnetic field produced due to LM and NQ will be 0. So the net magnetic field produced by this portion of the wire will be the magnetic field produced due to the semicircular loop of radius. Let us consider the radius as R. So as per our observation, it will be mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi by r into theta by 2 pi. Here theta is equal to pi. So mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi by r into pi by 2 pi. And the direction will be perpendicular to the plane and in the inward direction. Perpendicular to the plane and of course in the inward direction. Now what will happen if the shape is reversed? That means it is curving in the upward direction. If it curves in the downward direction, then what will happen? Then the magnetic field produced will be perpendicular to the plane of the paper but in the outward direction. Magnitude will be same. Now let us take another situation, this one. Here we have to calculate the magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor bent into a circular arc having infinite linear extension. That is AB, DE, BA stands to infinity, DE goes to infinity and the arc is BCD. Now we are going to calculate the net magnetic field at O. So net magnetic field at O, that means center, will be equal to the magnetic field produced by the linear extension AB due to the arc BCD and due to the linear extension DA. For arc BCD it is semicircular arc. Again we will use this formula. Mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi r into theta by 2 pi. So here theta is equal to 180 degree. Place there 180 degree and you will get mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi by r, 2 pi I by r into theta is equal to 2 pi, theta is equal to pi. So it will be pi by 2 pi. So you will get for the arc BCD it will be mu naught by 4 pi, pi I by r. For arc AB, mu naught by 4 pi into 1 by r. For arc DE, mu naught by 4 pi into 1 by r. That will give you the net magnetic field at O. See the second figure here. AB is along the, in green colored, AB is along the straight line, falls on O and the radius is r. So BA is a linear extension, tends to infinity. D is a linear extension, tends to infinity. So net mutual fund at O is due to the arc BCD, due to the linear extension AB and linear extension DE. Here also observe it, OA and B are linear. That means this extension extended to line O, that means point O. So point A, B, O are collinear points. Direction is the current A to B to C to D to E. So net magnetic field at O will be equal to magnetic field produced due to linear extension AB, due to linear extension DE and due to the arc, which is nearly equal to, it is equal to 270 degree. The angle theta here is equal to 270 degree. So for arc BCD it will be mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi by r into theta by 2 pi. Here theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. Now for arc AB, since A, B and O are collinear, so magnetic field produced due to AB will be equal to 0. And for D it will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 1 by r. That will give you the net magnetic field at O. See a situation slightly different from the above situation that we have discussed. Here, when a current I enters a circular loop at the point A and divides into two equal parts. On passing through two semicircular paths ACB and ADB, the two produce equal and opposite magnetic field if and only if it is a semicircle. But this is not a semicircle. If the current enters here and gets branched into two halves, equal halves, and then goes in this direction, that means in a straight line forming a semicircular arc, then this is one path, this will be another path, semicircle in the downward direction, semicircle in the upward direction, and if this I goes from this region, then the semicircle will be produced. Here the net magnetic field at the center will be 0 because both the arc will produce equal magnetic field strength and in opposite direction, so they will cancel each other's effect. But here theta is not equal to 180 degree, so we have to calculate the net magnetic field at O. See, this is the path of the current. So here magnetic field produced due to ACB is equal to, again the same formula, mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi I1. This is I1, 2 pi I1 by R into theta by 2 pi. And for ADB, this will have a negative sign. You know the rule for calculating the direction of the magnetic field, it will give the negative sign. So magnetic field produced by the arc ADB will be equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 pi I2 by R into this angle. This is totally 360 degree. This is theta. So this one is 2 pi minus theta. So the formula will be 2 pi minus theta by 2. In this way, different shapes of arcs will give you different result while calculating the magnetic field. We may in this way calculate the magnetic field due to a portion of a current carrying conductor coil. These are very important and very often questions are asked in the board exam as well as in entrance exams. You have to learn it and note down in your copy and practice. The next part will be followed in my next video.